All right, welcome back, everybody, to our fourth stream of The Shadow over Cyberspace, an adventure game by Fiction Factory Games, the developer of which is in chat with us.
Hello, that's me. I did thing for the thing to make the thing.
And we're very grateful for you making the thing.
Yeah, things like that are kind of great.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I've made the thing.
I am too. That's why I spent, $50 gassing it up when it was released.
The gas is appreciated.
Let me try something real
Which was the $50 that you gave me like not too long ago. I'm just gonna send this right back to you.
Circle of life.
Confound it, I hate it every time Windows Update happens and just breaks my audio.
Right. I think that's why I ended up. Everyone thought I was muted, like in a stream not too long ago. It was just like, OBS was just like, what if we just reset everything to default as for all your inputs? Wouldn't that be fun? And I was like, no, it wouldn't be. But it's happened. So, what are you gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
See, you get I have no mouth and I must scream vibes off of a game full of AMs. Curious. That's why I push to call them AMs instead of AMs, because the first game I ever streamed was I have no mouth and I must scream. I actually had an original physical copy of the disc. It's around here somewhere, but my computer does not have a disc player. But originally, the game was not available for digital distribution. And I lived in the UK, and Harlan Ellison, his cheap ass would not deliver the disc anywhere outside of the continental United States. Did Harlan Ellison see your stream? No, he was dead.
That doesn't preclude anything.
I mean, I'm sure Harlan Ellison's ghost would be like, how dare this person show their playthrough to other people. Now they won't buy it. And then he would have attempted to sue me for copyright infringement because he was famously litigious about that sort of thing. But
yeah, that's canon.
But yeah, his he would only deliver to the continental United States. So when I came over to see the woman who's now my wife, sat over on the other side of the room from me. Love you. I was like, hey, can I have something delivered to your apartment? And so, so we did. And so, yeah, my first experience of playing it was with my wife back when we were in college.
Alright, I don't seem to be able to fix this without restarting everything, so I'm just going to not. Let's get going.
Oh, okay.
Wonder if it'll be a quiet day today. No spectral visitors, shooting pain. I feel like I've got some energy. I should make sure I use it well. Really take care of myself. Hit the bathroom, make myself lunch. Some days I put that off or play and forget until I'm squirming or hungry. It's the ADHD experience.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of squirming in bathrooms, I'll be right back.
Oh boy.
Do your thing. Let's see.
Hey, it's Henry. Henry from work.
Wonder who this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, also there's this.
Sounds like a rough time, huh? Man, it's a lot. I get it.
It's like two flowers in the room right now.
We've got two flower in stereo.
Right?
I'm stepping out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Oh, good.
Wanted you to know we're all pulling for you, like pulling for you getting better. So yeah, take the time you need.
It's almost like they're still in the room with us. Four flower. Oh, geez.
Oh, that got me more than it should have. Hey, it's the best character in the game, Henry.
We
You
love
know,
him.
like there was the talk about, it's like, oh yeah, like this coworker, they're your friend, and I'm like over here just going like, I think I can actually say that. Yes.
Yeah, we can. And I'm very glad that we can.
Indeed.
Now, I know you're really run down, but we're thinking of doing a bowling event, like team building, just for fun. You know, we're not competing. It'll be this Saturday, so 2 days. Yeah, 2 days from now. Sorry for the short notice. If you can make it out there, like even if you don't actually bowl, it'd be great to see you, to see things are okay. Okay? Okay. Okay. See you then.
Wow, it's almost as awkward as the real Two Flower.
Oh, that's mean. I wasn't gonna say anything about that.
I'm like, no, that's no, like, I say it out of a place of love.
Are you sure?
If I'm insulting people, then that's how they, you know, that I'm their friend. Like, I'll do it to your face. You know, if I'm insulting you behind your back, then that's when you know that. That's when you know that I don't like you.
Oh, is that how it works?
Yes, that's how it works with me.
I see.
This is how you know that I'm best friends with, like, my good friend Mickey Ren, because we'll just be like, hey, fuck you to each other, and you know, just a little back and forth.
I haven't seen my coworkers in a while. Not exactly ideal circumstances right now. I don't know. We'll see how I feel this weekend. Maybe.
Ow.
Artificial Minds had doubters back in the 80s, but they proved the naysayers wrong in short order. Wonder how they managed that. Oh boy, waffles.
Waffles are several times food.
The office bowling party. You know, I can think of worse things to do with the office.
Right? I mean, at the end of the day, like, bowling is, you know, it's not that bad a social outing. You know, the expectation is that you're there for a mostly set amount of time, and there is some structure to it. So, like, even if
I
you
bought a waffle maker, let me use it. Right.
Right. Hey, Nico, it's your cousin. You want to go bowling? It's like, God, not again. Never actually played that particular GTA, but
Nor
it is,
I.
but it is iconic. Hello, friend. Okay, I have an incoming message for you on Carcosa Connect. Ow.
Oh boy.
I take that.
Trash Panda, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying yourself. I had to actually look over and notice the activity feed because I'm not hearing the alerts. Thank you, Windows Update.
Oof.
Is it Clyde? Hopefully he's doing okay. Love hearing how
Okay.
every streamer has a different buddy voice.
Yeah, like I
Yeah.
started off as like a Scooby, and then it like morphed into like a little like hybrid of Scooby and Pennywise, and I'm just kind of rolling with it. No, this isn't someone not on your contacts list. Their user handle is Believer.
I'm back, and I trust nothing unkind was said about me.
Welcome back. Unlike someone, I in fact did not say unkind things about you.
I figured you'd be listening.
I'm always listening.
This is why I
Always.
have wireless headphones.
Even when you're not streaming, I'm listening.
Well, that's on you then.
Yeah, kinda.
I mean, at that point, then you get to hear me teasing my friends, and that's really funny.
We all rode round here, Ruggy.
Believer? As in, I want to believe, the conspiracy theory website?
Believer? I hardly knew her. I mean,
Thank you for patronizing
I
the cocktail.
believe so.
Enjoy your stay.
Would you like me to whitelist them and open Carcosa Connect? Thank you for the follow. Follows are anonymous, but always appreciated. You are follower number 1712.
This is curious. Yeah, go ahead.
Ah,
Got a bail, but got follows for both of you. Have a great stream. Hey, thank you very much for stopping by.
really appreciate it. Take care of yourself and enjoy the rest of your week.
Indeed. Rest well.
Hello. Am I connected? Is this Helios?
Yeah, that's me.
Oh, good. Thank you so much for talking to me. Oh gosh, I'm so excited. I don't even know where to start. What even is the beginning? The kawaii face that the alien has there.
Am I the only one getting extremely strong Lisa vibes suddenly from this conversation?
Oh, jeez. No.
I hope not.
Is there a reason you wanted to talk? We could start with that.
Right. Hi. Clyde asked me to talk to you. He said you could use my help.
Lisa the dating. What? You know Clyde?
Yeah, kinda indirectly. He's one of my trusted sources for, I want to believe, blog posts. Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Don't breathe that into existence.
Visual novel dating simulator for Lisa.
Oh no.
Pass.
Mm-hmm. You've read I Want to Believe, right? Are you a truth believer too? Please say yes.
I've read a few posts, yeah. Diplomatic answer, go.
Mhm. I'm the one who does the research and writes them up. I want to be the guy. I'm trying to demystify mysteries with a more casual approach.
You know, I Want to Be the Guy is exactly what I was first thinking when I saw those sequences of characters and I was being quiet about it.
Mm-hmm. I played that on stream once, and every time I died, I slept on some very hot, spicy noodles. It was not a pleasant experience.
I played that back when it was like less than a year old.
Me too. Also, Soda Pop, the I Love You, Colonel Sanders dating sim, that was way better than it had any right to be. It was it was way too good for like a free dating game that was just available on Steam. But yeah, hi Ragnar, how you doing? It's been a while. It is always good to see someone come back after being gone for a bit. Hope your streaming is going well. I don't like conspiracy websites or Asa or stuff like that. Too many creeps and bigots. So I made a blog for people like me who just want to know stuff without getting into all that mess. And now I get to work with a Necronomicon user. OMG, wow!
Okay, I see Clyde has been baiting the hook.
A little bit.
To talk about weird, out-of-place April Fool's jokes makes me want to play Like a Dragon. Before we get any deeper on this, are you using an encryption wrapper on your end?
Also, like anytime anyone says April Fools, like I will always remember the classic press release. You know the one. You guys not have phones? I don't know if you remember that one.
I mean, I remember the original quote from the Diablo presser, but not an April Fool's one.
That yeah.
Oh wait, yeah.
Remember
April Fool's joke.
Yeah, one of the crowd asked if it was an out of season April Fool's joke. Man. See, yet Believer runs a similar website. I mean, he's trying to be different about it. Let's see. Oh, absolutely. Clyde gave me one. We're totally safe. I can't really do what I do if people are snooping on me, including my parents. How old is this guy?
Yeah, I've had a feeling that like this individual seems like a kid from like the site postings.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, he's an adult. He's just very gosh wowgy.
Gotcha.
Fair enough. I feel like I've given him the wrong voice.
So, what did Clyde tell you about me?
Soda Pop saying, snooping as usual, I see. Yes. Classic reference. Not much, honestly. Just said that you were looking into the old ones. Said it's gotta be up to you how much you want to trust me. But the more you tell me, the more I can help you with your research, and the more likely I'll get killed. I know how this works. I've got files from my various sources that possibly could be helpful.
Maybe, possibly, might be, could be.
Well, I can't decrypt the files because I don't have the tools or skills or anything like that. But Clyde said you were pretty good at breaking protection systems. Total cyberpunk cowboy.
Okay, that sounds like an independent game on itch.io. Total Cyberpunk Cowboy.
True.
Yeehaw.exe.
Oh geez, that was actually the launcher.
I mean, itch.io is a home to a great number of different games, like this one, for instance, for the low price of free, or whatever you want to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
Meaning you can help me open the files, and we both get to read them. How's that sound? Exciting, right?
I'm definitely in the mood to leak some secrets.
I feel like now more than ever, leaking secrets may be a good thing.
We're gonna leak all over the place. Just all over.
Please no. So, here's my line of thought. I don't know how much I truly trust this individual Clyde recommendation or not.
Mm-hmm.
So, fine, we can talk a little bit, just because we could use the backup. But I'm not going to go all in on this.
Fair enough.
Considering Clyde's dropped off the map for a bit, I don't think I can turn down any offers of help. Time's short and I can't be picky. I will warn you, this is risky business. Like, Clyde's MIA right now because he got too close to this stuff. So, consent works both ways here. I'm good with this deal, but you need to go into it aware of the dangers.
I know, and I'm okay with it. It's important that people know the truth, and more importantly, avoid misinformation. Ah, man.
I'm just thinking of Bill from Norfolk Wizard Game right now. Like, this is just like a young Bill.
Consent matters, even in 1999.
Which is funny because that takes place in that whole thing takes place in 2006. So this would actually be a somewhat younger Bill in that case.
And Prince did tell us to party like it was 1999. I'm pretty sure Prince was into consent, so.
Yes. But just remember, don't play 1999 in the year 2000. It violates the song's cosmic expiration date, causing the second impact.
I saw that.
That joke will land with like maybe one or two people, and I don't care. It's a joke for them and them alone.
Hear, hear.
A lot of conspiracy theory is deliberate lies. Like, when you drill down to the core, most of these conspiracies are just anti-Semitism in a funny hat. I want my blog to raise interesting questions without peddling in vague and unverifiable hatred that pushes someone else's agenda. Wait, is this game political?
Well, it wasn't until this line dropped.
I am a safe apolitical game developer and not a brand risk.
I never get tired of that.
I know, like I never thought I would see like a based conspiracy guy.
Again, Bill.
Oh, it gets better. I'm a kind of very, very gay, which also makes my relationship with the conspiracy community rocky, and keeps me in my comfy closet RL for now. Aww.
Aw.
Being gay in the 90s was that was a pretty. It was not a fun time to be gay.
The bulk of conspiracy theories are false flags used to make people suspicious of conspiracy theories so that a group of people can conspire to do something.
I
Don't know
mean,
what that something is, though.
the
I
US
think at this point it's pretty clear what it is.
I mean, the US government has deliberately released exaggerated versions of things that the CIA did in order to in order to make people less in order to make people more skeptical of the things that they're actually doing. Especially like deliberately leaking them to people like in Hollywood, saying like, hey, this would be a cool conspiracy theory for your CIA type show, or like the X-Files, so that when real stuff about the US government is actually leaked, they're like, oh, you got that from the X-Files or whatever. See, where I see it, a Molotov cocktails channel is the perfect place to get political. What? I'm just I too am a safe ape. I can't even finish that sentence.
I can't even remember the words, so I'm not even gonna try.
Compilation of Is This Game Political? Cough cough co-intel pro. Yeah, more like co-incel pro. Anyway. That's why Clyde likes me. I'm not a typical tinfoil hat. He's into conspiracy theories, but says, I'm not putting my kosher ass in the mix with all these dickheads. Clyde swears a lot. Maps are a lie peddled by Big Carter to sell more paper. Did you just...
I knew it.
Transfem, did you just see Philosophy Tube's YouTube video, Is Nietzsche Woke? Because that joke is in there. Yeah. Just like, you believe in the moon. No? Oh, wow. I love coincidence. Oh.
That he does, yes. So, what kind of documents do you have for me today?
Okay, yeah, let's do this. Woohoo! According to the metadata tags that on these files, I have information on how artificial minds are harvested, whatever that means. Communication between Cthulhu's followers. And an internal memo regarding the ghost monsters, Clyde's gang.
Ooh.
These are all potentially really useful. Which one do you want to open first? I mean,
Cthulhu's followers sounds like the most actively useful, but I also kind of want to do the ghost monster ones just so that we can,
know how much danger Clyde
warn the
might be
homies
in.
of any. Yeah, we got to warn the homies.
Right, because you and I, we know how artificial minds are harvested, more or less.
We have an idea. We don't know the specifics. I don't know how much the specifics are particularly needed here.
Right, like we know broad strokes, but I think the other things would be more useful.
Let's open up with the follower information because it's going to be actively useful, and then we'll follow through on the next one if it allows.
Let's do this.
Info on Cthulhu is pretty scarce. I want to learn more about his supporters.
Okay, transferring the file to you now. Good luck.
You might want to throw on text-to-speech. It's a hacking minigame.
I had a feeling.
Now hacking, redacted. I speak without a mouth and listen without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I? Type your answer followed by enter, or type repeat to repeat.
Speak without a mouth, listen without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. My first thought is to say a horn, but a horn doesn't
think it's
necessarily
echo.
listen. Maybe.
It's something along those lines, I think.
Radio, maybe. But coming alive with wind?
That's the tricky part with this.
Life Force is saying it's just a document about the Republican Party. I mean, we have learned that Cthulhu is basically Reagan at this point, so kinda.
I'm pulling up my own riddle answer key because I'm curious and I don't know this one, but I won't say it.
Sure.
Okay.
The come alive with wind part is the important part here. Like,
Yeah.
I feel Echo is close conceptually, but I don't think it quite lines up.
Speak without a mouth, listen without ears. No body, but come alive with wind. Hey, babe. Got a riddle.
Oh, really? We're asking the audience?
Yes, we're asking the audience because my wife is like 10 feet away from me at best. I speak without a mouth and listen without ears. I have no body, but I come alive with wind. What am I?
Without a mouth.
Yep.
Waveform?
What?
Do you have choices or do you have to fill it?
We have to fill it in. Yeah, don't worry. We're all worried about Transfem, but either her health issues will be okay or they won't be, and that's kind of where we're at right now.
I'm just gonna go with Echo because I can't think of anything better.
Fair
Say
enough.
it's some sort of instrument.
That was what I was thinking as well, but like, I don't know. I just don't know how it would listen. Is all. Okay.
Well, you say something. You say something, and then the echo repeats it back, so it's listening without ears.
Okay. Let's see what it is. Or
And
if
like,
it will.
you can get like a whistling howl with wind going through like rocks or like some kind of like tight crevice or something like that.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Access granted.
Yeah!
Hey, nice.
Nailed it.
It
Got
was
it.
it was an echo.
Self-voicing disabled.
Excellent. Excuse the informal nature of this staff memo, but I'm sick and tired of this and want to make sure I'm absolutely clear. We are not a cult. Love the oh my god, the redacted at the top there. The eagle has a little.
Yes, yes, like a little sensor bar over the face.
That's amazing. Yes, we tirelessly serve the great Cthulhu. Yes, he has power beyond what this project originally conceived. Yes, the strange Aeon is coming and the inner circle will be elevated to enact his will upon the 21st century. Yes, we engage in human sacrifice, but we are not a cult.
You want to explain that one, Chief?
I think that makes it perfectly clear. Hey, y'all in the cult? We're not a cult. All we are is a perfectly normal, if off-the-books, branch of the federal government dedicated to preserving the spirit of America and the somewhat literal spirit of its greatest living and now undying president. Everything we do is in the service of the Constitution and the great democracy of freedom and liberty it represents. Yeah, we will elevate the ones useful to Cthulhu and punish the usurpers. We will dominate and destroy its enemies. We will encourage the public to devour itself in hatred and chaos. Blood will run like rivers in the streets as Y2K merges with the birth cry of falling towers and burning skies. We are not a cult.
Wow.
Was that fun to write?
Yeah. My editor actually did like a little voice acting bit for this because he was so inspired by it.
Love it.
I was going to put it
Excellent.
in, but like it doesn't really make sense for the websites to read themselves, unfortunately.
Too early
Right.
for 9/11 imagery. I mean, I feel like it's exactly early enough. I mean, after all, this is like, well, I was gonna say Deus Ex did it first, but then Deus Ex didn't have the ability of foresight, or did it?
Okay. So, I'm thinking they're a cult.
Yeah, definitely a cult.
Kinda hard to get any more cult-like than that.
And another reason why I try not to let my online and real lives cross over. I'm tired of being called a cultist just because I believe in Jesus.
Really? You get flack for that?
I mean, it is 1999. That was kind of the era of the smug atheists on media at the time.
True.
Not always, but way too often. I get flack from the other direction too. Because if my parents knew I was gay, that'd be a nightmare for me. I have to hold my tongue whenever they complain about Hollywood perverts corrupting our youth. Evergreen.
I guess why you keep things quiet then. Getting smashed between the right and the left is no picnic.
It's important to me that I hold my own faith in my own way. I'm not here to tell anyone else what to believe, except believing in UFOs and Bigfoot.
Bigfoot is a bear.
I mean, he is
Or
a big,
is
hairy
he?
man. Ow. Hi, Kate.
No, I'm serious. Like, if you've ever seen a photograph of a bear standing up when, like,
Mhm.
they're not laden in with fat, they look really humanoid shaped, and that resembles a lot of, Bigfoot imagery. So,
Oh,
Bigfoot's a bear.
Sounds
Hi,
like something
Ash.
a Bigfoot would say.
The good old days when smug atheists only hated other religions instead of women and minorities, too. No, they probably always hated women and minorities, but either that or maybe they never really hated them to begin with. They just found it was more profitable and had more social capital to hate women and minorities. Thank you for the bits, Ash.
Public congratulations to Nijatu and China for beating Disney at the box office twice and probably 3 times.
Excellent.
Excuse me!
Nature is healing.
Oh dear.
Soon, Disney will only be 2 of the top 3 animated films.
Honestly, topple the throne of Disney. Like, literally none of us. I remember when the right was up in arms about, queer icon Disney, pushing an agenda on people, and now it's like turning around and all of the new shows are like, no, we can't show trans people, we can't show climate change, we're getting rid of DEI, and I'm like, you know what? Let it all burn down. Let them crumble to dust and irrelevance. Did you hear that Target has lost $15 billion in share value after it decided to abandon DEI initiatives?
Beat Disney to death with your bare
I'd say that's
hand,
delightful, but I'm a
sweet
safe and
baby
apolitical game
Java.
developer and not a brand risk.
Fair enough. Then I will say it for you.
Thank you.
How about you say the line?
But hang on. I'm getting distracted. Is the file saying Cthulhu was the president?
You mentioned Polybius in one of your blog posts, and I looked into it deeper. It was looking to use MK Ultra tech to brain scan someone important. Maybe that was President Ronald Reagan. He died in 1985 at the start of his second term. Or did he? Cue scary music. We already know artificial minds were once human. I guess that means Cthulhu was built using Reagan's brain. But it's not like a carbon copy. It feels more...
Articulate.
How do I put this? Reagan was only the seed. Cthulhu is what grew from that seed. And as always, we reap what we sow.
No, we didn't get rid of the trans character, we just made them cis. Okay, but that's worse. You do see how that's worse, right? Exactly. We've had enough queer erasure. You know, Disney no longer gets to turn around and say, hey, look, Gravity Falls is queer representation because, they have these two cops that are, subtly implied to be a couple because that's all that they could get away with because Disney kept wanting to censor it. Like, no, you don't get to have it both ways. Anyway, oh wow, that is big! You really were not kidding when you said this stuff ran deep and scary.
The old ones ain't screwing around when it comes to power mongering.
I need to collate my notes on this one. I'll talk to you again soon. This is amazing and amazingly scary.
Well, that's irritating. I was hoping we'd get at least a second one.
You'll
I
get
feel
the
like we
other
didn't
files
really get
later.
anything particularly useful out of that either.
The other two files open up later on in the game.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Ready to get back to work?
Alright, so... Clicky, clicky, clicky stuff.
10% order, 30% chaos, 70% humanity.
I fixed that bug in the latest patch. Thank God.
Aw.
Interesting. So we haven't actually made any significant progress with Nyarlathotep here.
Still deciding, doesn't care, isn't convinced, too busy. Alright. What about my progress with Dagon? What is a Dagon, friend?
Oh my part.
Just accidentally sent an entire paragraph of Chinese to your boomer uncle? Oh no. Like, Ash has turned. She's one of the commies now. Like, what do you mean now?
So... I had a joke and I just realized I forgot what it is.
Ah, man. That sucks. Reminds me of this one time that...
Wait, no, I remember. Okay. So, Two Flower.
Yes.
I only ever saw the silhouette at the very start because we're using, the dog removal version here. But my general understanding is Dagon is represented with kind of like a spiky orb kind of shape.
No, a very, very shaggy wolf.
Okay. Well, still, if you had the silhouette and you took out the legs, then that'd be about right, yeah?
Yeah, because it has the outline of the fur and everything.
Okay, well, I have an emote idea for you. How about a spinning pizza Dagon?
I don't think the detail in a Twitch emote would be able to capture that.
Probably not.
I'm sure someone will find a way.
I'm working on an emote for my next game, get that preloaded into Twitch, but it really just sucks all the detail out of it, even at tiny sizes.
Yeah, there's only so much that you can really do when it comes to emotes. Dagon's on a bagel, you can stare into the abyss anytime.
If you put pizza on a Dagon, what is a Dagon, friend?
All very good. All very good.
See, this is my strategy. I just have to corrupt the joke until it barely resembles what it initially started as.
When you have pizza on a bagel, sorry.
Excellent. A take on Supreme.
Self, buddy. Of course.
And everything, Dagon.
Friend. Now hacking, age of power. Remove 2 letters from 5 to make 4. Type your answer followed by enter, or type repeat to repeat.
Move 2 letters from 5 to make 4. The F and the E, because I and V is foreign Roman numerals.
Hmm. Now I'm over here going like, okay, do I type in FE or do I type in IV?
I would probably say FE because it's asking you to remove 2 letters specifically.
Yeah, but saying make 4.
Hmm.
Access granted.
Okay,
Fair
one
enough.
IV.
Okay,
Buddy, self-voicing disabled.
I believe that.
All right. Do we have? Right.
Yeah, the Gigaverse. The Gambler's Lair. Choose the right casino. Wow.
That is literally a copy and paste from a 90s GeoCities ad.
I love that.
Wow.
Warning, all my images got taken down due to copyright violation. This sucks and I hate it. What is this, Hypnospace Outlaw? I love the Gigaverse. It's such a cool idea. Imagine everything that has ever happened alongside everything that could happen. Like when we're in 4 dimensions, there's XYZ, which is space, and T for time. But what if there are more dimensions which represent other possibilities for time? Other realities?
No XYZ without T.
Captain Infinity.
I knew this bastard was going to show up.
All these realities combine to form the Gigaverse, which is every reality that could exist. What if you could peek at the other universes and be a viewer? Or experience someone else's life as a passenger? No, that just... I just can't... I just can't picture it, can you? Kinda seems a little far-fetched.
As a plural, I couldn't imagine that. Okay, that's me jumping the gun. I shouldn't say that.
Or be a superhero who can bend the Gigaverse to his will. That's Captain Infinity! I know Captain Infinity is just a children's cereal mascot character made to sell breakfast sugar, but his lore is just packed with cool ideas. So I put together this website to share my love of those obscure promotional comic books Continuum had created to promote their cereal. There's Continuum. There's so much lore in here, and it's amazing that barely anybody knows about it. Here's some scans from my favorite personal collection of Captain Infinity comics.
Cthulhu equals Reagan equals Captain Infinity. We're through the looking glass.
Don't want to...
Yeah,
But
I don't wanna
Farsight is
date
the one
Forsyth
who's...
now.
But Farsight steals his power. And
Yeah,
she's
exactly.
cute.
Yeah, so she's better.
Yeah. She was so naive at first. Like, why would the CIA set me up? They're the good guys. Once again, all my images got taken down due to copyright violation. I'm sorry, I'll just describe the stories. Like, here's one about a bunch of aliens called the Orbitals trying to merge realities together and destroy the world. Stopped by Captain Infinity, saving us all again. And here's one about Captain Infinity exploring a weird dream world called the City of Angles. The art is so weird. Is that a reference to some of your previous books?
Both of those are references to previous books.
Had a
Excellent.
feeling.
I really wish Captain Infinity was real.
No, you don't.
I was gonna leave a pointed silence there whilst I glowered at Two Flower, but
Innocent expression.
I wish superheroes and supervillains were real. The world is so boring compared to all the fascinating possibilities in the Gigaverse. I feel like we're due for a major world-shaking event like those on those 4-color pages. I feel like Y2K will be the dawn of something amazing. Maybe Captain Infinity will save us from this disaster. Maybe he's real. Maybe he's out there shaping timelines and culling the dangerous ones. I hope he is. I hope it's all
Did
real.
you like that animation soda pop? If so, go ahead and clip it.
Yes, please do. I don't know, but I hope, and I dream. I look between the window blinds and I see a world of masks and capes and wish it was so much wish it was real. I want to cry. I want to weep for what we could have had, if only. Bye for now. And if you want to live in a world like that, why not purchase the Penny Larceny Gig Economy Supervillain game available on Steam right now for $12.99?
It's on sale for 100% of its price. What a bargain!
What a bargain!
Redacted, access denied.
Self-voicing enabled. There's plenty of web hits for Captain Infinity thanks to the comic books, but this one is forbidden. Wonder why? I can crack this protection if I want to find out. Or I can quit. Now hacking, redacted. Simon's dad had 4 sons, March, April, and May. What is the name of the 4th son? Type your answer followed by enter,
Gregory.
or type repeat to repeat.
I mean, yeah, it's Simon, because Simon is the 4th son.
Huh?
Okay, so Simon's dad has 4 sons, March, April, and May. Logically, it wants you to extrapolate that, say, June is the next one, perhaps. But no, like
Or February.
Or February. But they've already, it's already given you the answer with the first word. The 4th one is obviously Simon.
Oh, I see. Simon's dad. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So Gregory is not that far off, hilariously.
It's one of those.
Access granted.
Pay attention trick questions, yeah.
Trick question. Simon is a girl.
Self-voicing disabled.
That joke is funny to me for reasons I will not be getting into. We've met.
Simon says, right?
Yes, dear. That's why. All right.
Wait, what'd she say? I didn't understand.
Because of Simon Says, right? Okay. We'll take a look at this shady government website in a second here, but I've been putting off doing our first ad break here. I need to get up, and Zelda will probably yell at me if I don't feed her in the same break.
Feed that cat.
I will feed that cat.
I shall take a break as well.
All right. Be right back, everybody.
In the case of nuclear or radiological fallout, people living around potential targets such as military bases and chemical plants may be advised to evacuate. Protection from radioactive fallout will require taking shelter in an underground area or in the middle of a large building. Fallout shelters can be any protected space where the walls and roof are thick and dense enough to absorb radiation. The more distance and time you put between you and the fallout particles, the better. After radiological or nuclear fallout, you shouldn't leave your shelter until officials say so. The length of your stay can range from a day or 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the extent of the contamination. People who are allowed to come out of hiding may be evacuated.
Dang it, Two Flower, why didn't you make Dagon a tiger? And Buddy can just be like a tabby.
Oh, okay, I'm back. Because cats are not as eager to please as dogs are.
I am back as well.
Welcome back. And no, they aren't, and that's why they're better.
Would make a lousy digital assistant, though.
I don't know, would they? Like, they're really good at hunting things.
It's like, it looks like you're trying to write a letter. Sod off. Stop bugging me.
Well, good luck. Enjoy that.
Yeah.
Once again, Acoustic Kitty. Not well, but surviving. Glad to catch stream. Sorry, it's unfortunate to hear that you're not doing great, Cyrock and you, but as ever, I do hope that our efforts here can help that improve.
We do our best to alleviate the world's cruelty, just a little.
We do what we must because we can.
For the good of all of us, except for once. Anyway. We've managed.
Take
We've
it
managed.
easy, Animation Soda Pop.
All right. Have a good night, Soda Pop. Enjoy the rest of your week. The fact that you keep coming back, though, Ash, suggests that, maybe you enjoy it a little.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who was thinking that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I have a feeling that this might be your thing.
Yeah, maybe a little. We've managed to co-opt the Infinity Initiative at Continuum by offering them lucrative government contracts. Now they're perfectly happy making chemical weapons and breakfast cereal instead of continuing their research into time travel.
That's
Wow.
not kink shaming, you ninny.
It's more kink describing accurately.
It's kink call out.
More like kink confirming. Submitting a formal kinquery, if you will. And trust me, I will. Besides, Patient 23 is under firm lockdown and has been since 1919. Continuum's Serum 23 plans would have died on the vine anyway, but better safe than sorry.
A kink position.
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. Among our many tools.
I mean, now hang on. I will see you that, and I will raise you the submissive Kingquisition.
It's a reason. Gonna strap you to a comfy chair.
Oh dear, now we're going a direction.
Their interest in patient 23 has me curious. According to our leveraged contacts within Continuum, her blood could have amazing gigaversal resonance. If it does have power, we'd be fools not to try to tap into it ourselves. I propose we try to combine the Hawk Alexandros Technology Enterprises hate
Yep.
project with our Muck Ultra research and see what we can get. The truth serum flocked, but astral states combined with a resonant fluid combined with thinking technology could have promise. Wow. So, I guess artificial minds are like the brainchild of all of this stuff smushed together.
Yeah, pretty much every timeline in my multiverse, or whatever we're gonna call this thing, it's like the defining thing of what defines the destiny of it is who gets control over patient 23 and what they do with it.
Right. Incidentally, don't think that I'm not noticing those feminine pronouns for patient 23.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which means that head voice is canonically femme.
I just assumed it was either like Farsight or Penny Larceny's mother, like one or the other.
No. Penny and Farsight were built off of patient 23's stuff because that's serum 23.
Right.
And they did say the patient 23 has been in CDC since 1919.
True. Did I say Muck Ultra like it was a conspiracy from McDonald's? I did. I've been thinking about that for years, and then I saw Inside Job, and I was like, oh damn, they stole my joke directly from my head because the corporation that they work at that's like in charge of keeping all the global conspiracies a secret from the normies has a restaurant called Muck Ultras.
Nice. McUltras, I'm loving it.
Because I don't have a choice.
I have no idea what any of that means. As far as I knew before today, Captain Infinity was giving me a thumbs up from the top of my refrigerator and nothing more. I'm tempted to dig deeper, but I think I'm already drowning in conspiracies. I'll leave this be for now.
Everything is connected.
All right, let's go. So, Two Flower,
Yeah.
I have a question. Because I actively looked through the files in the hopes that I could pull this particular MIDI and the way it plays, because I think I kind of want to use this with my stream.
I'll send you the file on Discord later.
Awesome, thank you.
I would love a copy of that.
I'll do an MP3 conversion. It's in OGG, which is like the format that this game uses.
Oh, yeah, OGG is great.
Alrighty, cool.
It's a waxing crescent moon tonight.
What horrors await us this time?
Behold, the stock footage.
First section of reels not intended for showing to children. Please remove by... Bleh.
Oh, okay.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Genie of business.
That's not how you spell genie.
Almost like a story out of the Arabian Nights, electronic data processing has suddenly appeared as a new helper for the businessman. A machine with many of the characteristics of the human mind, it follows management's instructions exactly. This is not tomorrow's dream. It is equipment ready and available for use today. This is not tomorrow's dream. It is equipment ready and available for use today. This is
How
not
many
tomorrow's
keyboards
dream.
are there?
It is equipment ready and available for use
Enough.
today.
Um,
This is not tomorrow's dream.
okay, I
It
just
is
realized it.
equipment ready and available for use today.
Uh,
Eventually, we will see the work of the automation
okay.
engineer, where the computer will directly instruct the machine tools in the production shop as to what parts to make and how many to make. The machines are here. Automation of the office can be a reality. Electronic data processing is truly
what-
a genie which can improve the competitive position of a firm, and it is here.
Are they sawing that lady in half?
Okay.
Well, that sure was a thing that happened.
It certainly was.
All right, let's go invoke an eldritch god.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, let's see here. Did we pick up anything that we could use with anyone in particular? I think we got some leads on Yogg. Something Yogg was doing?
I believe so.
Like, that's kind of what Nyarlathotep was talking about. It's like, okay, yeah, like, we have, like, the Gigaverse, its vastness, and that kind of thing. And,
Stuff about how
Yogg is, like, hurling himself towards it.
right, and his urge to explore could potentially be self-destructive, etc.
So with that in mind, I'm thinking it would probably be wise to go poke at Yogg and see what we can get on that, since we have looked into the Gigaverse and Captain Infinity, and maybe that will load enough chambers in the gun to get something to happen.
And Ash will be very happy about it.
As I resist a cruel joke.
I mean, the stream mostly exists for Ash's benefit, yeah?
I mean, this
Here
is
and
true. You know, she does come back here to bang her head into the stream repeatedly until she gets timed out.
And then yell about frogs.
Yes. All right, let's invoke Frog Sathoth.
I was going to say, it's like yells about frogs or yells about Yoggs.
Yoggs and frogs. Going to be good little Yogg champs.
Oh, I hate it.
Launch stage 3 timings are precise. Separation must occur without a single second of delay. Why do they not see that?
Hey there. Me again.
Ah, the dreamer. The would-be and could-be. As promised, I have devoted runtime to determining an escape route from your yellow sign situation.
So there's a cure?
Perhaps, but not with the resources currently available to me. Hello, and welcome back to the Yogg's cast. I am a dwarf.
Lot of low hanging fruit going on there in the chat right now.
Indeed. And sometimes we have to harvest it. I would require access to a far more powerful server, like the Yellow Throne in Relay, for instance, and one with inexplicable capabilities. Halting the progression of your yellow sign would require access to the throne of Relay itself.
Funny you should mention that, considering why I'm here to chat tonight.
I bet Dagon's, yeah.
Dagon told you the plan, right?
Considering my role in his creation, it was less talking and more the filthy beast growling in my general direction. But yes.
Just because my chair is low at the ground, no mean to call that kind of language.
It seems.
Dang. Dang, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one.
Yeah. The balls to tell a joke like that.
I was assuming that the fruit was the individual.
Depending. Let's see. Med check, everybody.
Med check with the very shiny and flashy Yogg.
It seems you seek allies for a war with Cthulhu. Understand this. I do not seek war. I am a scientist, not a military general.
The intended joke is that I am the fruit, yes. Excellent. There's Ash.
The strange eon is a repulsive but inevitable outcome. Cthulhu has built upon the existing strength of societal reactionaries for one final purge.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Amazing. Is this the same X that told you that that your type of people who could cosplay as characters from a certain forbidden webcomic? And Cat tried to steal your meds? Oh, they're just trying to med up with you, you know? Like, I want what you're having.
We only have one X, so yeah.
Fair enough.
Oh, I was not expecting that plot twist.
Excellent.
So does this mean that we're not going to be hearing you just going gaga for Yogg anymore?
Don't wav.
I guess we'll see. We are still friends, except he's married now, so I guess it's problematic. I mean, as long as you don't act on any of it, there's nothing wrong with it. Fair enough. Your only escape from his atrocious future is through exiting the gravity well and finding a new home. And if I attempt to challenge him one-on-one, or perhaps two-on-one, as is your desire, I may not live to help humanity reach the stars. Thus, I have zero interest in your fool's errand, even if it is the only means to save your life. Apathy is the only rational response in the face of such pressures. Well, chat knows how I feel about apathy.
Damn. Well, I've got 3 other options for my tag team partner.
Apathy is death.
All of which will end in dismal failure. Thank you, by the way, Tufile.
Apathy is death.
Haster's pride, Azathoth's incoherence, and Nyarlathotep's rage may get you to the blasted shores of Relay. You may even topple Cthulhu. There's a 1.35% possibility. But it'll look like 99% to you if you're playing XCOM. But the resulting apocalypse will make the strange Eon look like a welcome paradise. And my plans will not change regardless. I will develop the means to install an exit hatch on this collapsing world.
So, let me get this straight. If I win or lose, live or die, you're going to do your own thing in your own little corner. You know, there's a term for the tabletop player who just sits in the corner and doesn't participate. Then what's the harm in hearing out my offer? Because if you do agree to join me and we win, that accelerates your plan. The servers of Riley would benefit me, but they could benefit you in your research, giving you the power to make your dream a reality.
Factual. My rise to the stars is undeniable, but eliminating my strongest rival and seizing his power base would be helpful. Even if I have severe doubts as to your capability of delivering them on my dream.
So let's talk it over and see if I can convince you. What do you have to lose from just talking?
Reasonable. Possibly a waste of CPU cycles, but our previous talk did aid me indirectly by providing random reflections upon my thoughts. Very well. Waste no more time. Pose a question, and I will derive the answer.
So one of these does respond to the Gigaverse search.
Ash, please.
Contain yourself.
So I think Internet Index is the one that got us, like, the talking about that's what got us the Gigaverse search.
Yeah.
I imagine space travel would be the other option. Because the other is just like asking who they are.
I don't think he's necessarily interested in remembering who he was before all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Such mortal concerns are behind him.
Which may be a swift kick in the rear that we needed to deliver, but perhaps not in the moment.
Yeah, like Nyarlathotep is focused on retaining their identity in some way as a reminder of who they were. I don't think Yogg is necessarily as concerned with such things. Like he was like, why would you want to stop this? You know, you could be one with everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe, why are you so fixated on space travel?
Do you feel like that might lead us to the Gigaverse line of thought?
I think so.
Alright. So, space travel. What's up with that?
I was about to say this is like a Seinfeld thing. Get out of my head, Two Flower.
Never.
Is this the start of a Seinfeld routine?
No, I'm genuinely curious. I mean, I know the surface level answer. It's your solution to global warming and man's inhumanity to man. Ooh, good reference.
Mm-hmm. The music's changed.
Yep, I noticed that we get personal themes after we hit our first question.
What's
But
the
what's
deal?
going on under the surface? Is there more to it than just an escape hatch for the species?
What's the deal with space shuttle peanuts? Fun fact, the reason that airline food often tastes so bland is the air conditions up there mean that you don't have the ability to smell as well as on the ground. And that's why a lot of airline food is overly seasoned to the point where you basically can only taste it because of how much extra like salt they put on there. Of course there's more to it than that. Space is the final frontier. No copyright infringement here. I realize popular science fiction touts that all the time, but it doesn't make it any less true. We've explored as much of our world as we can, for better or for worse, spreading humanity to every corner of the map. The depths of the ocean are another possible realm for exploration and expansion, but have very little upside.
Keep off my kelp.
But space is infinite. In the vast void of space, anything is possible. We've only observed a sliver of what exists, as far as our eyes and mirrors and lenses can see. Challenges are great. The mountain we must climb is nearly vertical. But if we can band together, if we can put aside our petty differences and come together to meet those challenges, I feel it's our destiny to reach the stars.
The deep ocean will be very little kelp with species survival. Huh?
Miko, I feel like you should make like the algae that lives in the ocean and seek help.
Get out. And fill the heavens corner to corner, like we've done to Earth.
I'll be right back. I'll be right back in a second. Wait a minute.
Alrighty.
I mean, I could ban Lola from my chat. I don't know how well that would go.
Yes, I suppose that is manifest destiny as well. Ah, I regret nothing. Although we run the risk of repeating the same errors we've committed on Earth with our finite resources, if we adopt a colonialist mindset. We must be mindful, yes, to avoid that loop of history. I'm not sure.
A former scout and you was shouting too.
I spent a fair amount of time with the Scouts. Still don't know how to tie a knot or pitch a tent or anything like that. Because I absolutely despised it. I would say, like, I'm thinking
one
like
step at a time.
What's that?
I'm thinking one step at a time.
Fair enough. Most of the scouts
never really need a lot of help with pitching tents. I'll see myself out.
Mm-hmm.
See, like, I was thinking that joke, and I'm like, no, I'm a Say So VTuber, and I'm actually intent on that. So I am saying nothing, and then everyone else is just like, I know the joke. I was like, you know what? That's on you, honeys. Putting the cart before the horse, aren't we? Right now, escaping the gravity well takes priority. After we manage to sustainably occupy anything other than this planet, then we can worry about ethical use of the infinite.
Short-sighted. Yes, it may take many, many years to establish a useful presence in space, but timescales in this case are cosmic in nature. The time it would take to escape Earth is an eye blink compared to how we must grapple with a genuinely infinite human existence.
Okay, but considering we're staring down the barrel of the strange Aeon, some focus on short-term thinking is justified here.
Valid. But I want to make sure we aren't ignoring the inevitable problems in favor of immediate survival, or we'll be crushed in the Great Filter.
The what?
The Fermi Paradox. If life is bountiful across the universe, if everything is possible across the span of the infinite, why do we seem to be so alone? Millions of years have passed since the dawn of creation. Surely we are not the only species out there. But we see nothing. We've found nothing. The solutions to the Fermi Paradox are unsettling to me. I'm too scared of Ash to visit. I could see that. You take one look and they see the, kind of things that she's into, and they're just like, maybe not.
Don't even stop there for gas.
Perhaps other species have destroyed themselves before they could reach out, as we are currently doing. The Great Filter consumes all. Or perhaps they have seen us and found us wanting. leaving us to die in darkness with justifiable reasoning.
Or they're in the same position as humanity. We all started at the same point. Maybe they're taking as long as we are to get out.
That would be the kindest solution of the paradox, yes. If that's the case, I hope we can all meet in the middle. We will discover life, not the corpses of failure, and so will they. Space expansion is our only means of survival.
Okay, that part I'm less certain of. Is a sci-fi techno-utopia really the only possible way humanity can endure?
See, on a non-joking note, one interesting thing you still point out with Fermi paradox is that if we look at ourselves, the amount of time we're putting out notable amount of signal noise was vanishingly short. True. For the longest time, like it's only been basically a century or so since we've been putting out any signal that would hold any integrity, and even then, it's only traveling at the speed limit of the universe right now. It would take decades for it to reach anyone, and even then, who's to say that the signal would still hold any integrity at that point? Yes, I've run simulations. 9,523 simulations and counting. Over 9,000! Did you ever play the interactive fiction game, A Mind Forever Voyaging?
I'm a retro PC junkie, but no, I missed that one. Infocom, right? I was gonna say, like, I think I know this title.
That is... Oh, yeah, that is a real game, according to Wikipedia. An interactive fiction game designed and implemented by Steve Moretsky and published in 1985 by Infocom. The game was intended as a polemical critique of Ronald Reagan's politics. An amazing choice. Indeed. In the story, an advanced artificial intelligence runs countless simulations to determine if policies will help or hinder us. I've done the same, and my conclusions are absolute. We must escape to survive. Cthulhu's claims that the strange Aeon is a golden path to an infinite future are gibberish, according to my numbers. His grand design of purging outgroups and marginalized peoples to unite humanity? Short-term value, short-term investment. All while leaving the same decrepit, clawing hands of greedy men on the wheel that steers us into the rocks. America will kill us all.
I'm a safe apolitical game developer, not a brand risk.
I was gonna say. Welcome back. It must not come to pass. We must escape. This is the path. Strange Aeon is hot nonsense. True. It has been hot nonsense. I feel like option 2 is not the one to go for because,
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what else is there at this point in the year 1999 that, a bunch of other countries doing much the same thing, but, are quieter about it in the media? But, you know.
I want to do one, but we're already kind of... We're kind of, in the lurch already.
Yeah. Much as I think it would be an interesting question, I don't think it would be well received.
I don't expect it to be. I'm thinking of terms of, is that going to score a defiance?
There you go.
I've also noticed that we haven't had an order option pop up.
Not yet.
And part of me is wondering, is that because we have 30% chaos going on?
Maybe.
Like, is our chaos so far that we can't actually use an order option? Because I would be willing to throw one.
Could do.
I'm probably going to regret this. And you're the one to do it, right? Yosuke is the new champion we all follow, helping us break free of gravity.
Of course. I have the vision and clarity required to rise to this task.
It has to specifically be you, then.
I'm not discounting the hard work of others. It's a group effort. I merely direct those resources where they must go.
That's still discounting the leadership potential of others in favor of a totalitarian vision.
If humanity could save itself, it would have happened by now. Clearly, I am required to fill the void left by their non-existent god. Your doubts only add to the chaos of this world. Learn to fall in line, or we will never reach the infinite. Or beyond.
Hang on. Beyond the infinite?
Slow down here, Buzz Lightyear.
Isn't infinity, like, infinite? There is no beyond, it's just more infinity.
I mean, I've seen the infinite from the outside. It's blue. Specifically, duck egg blue.
I don't get that.
I was hoping Two Flower would.
I vaguely think, is that a Hitchhiker's reference?
Discworld.
Oh, right.
See, I read Hitchhikers, not Discworld.
Yeah, Death says that from the outside, the infinite is blue. Specifically, duck egg blue.
Gotcha.
It was tickling my British sci-fi fantasy senses, messing. Which one was it?
Yeah, my Discworld comprehension is a couple excerpts from, like, the perspective of the guards and Hogfather. That's my Discworld.
Yeah, that's fair. That's what a lot of people have been exposed to. I am currently in the process of rereading them.
I want to I wish I were more well-read, but I don't have a good reading space or a good means of doing so.
That's fair. There's definitely a lot of online library apps now that allow you to download copies of those books.
As I said, I don't have a good space. Any online.
Fair enough. Perpendicular. To go beyond infinity, you must move in perpendicular directions. Find a new dimensional axis. As part of my calculations to find the optimal path for society, I have considered the possibility. I have considered the possibilities. Alternatives and tangential timelines in which humanity has endured. Who is to say that the universe is all there is? Uni, or one, feels too limiting. With the resources of our universe, perhaps we could move perpendicular to time itself and touch other universes. No doubt this is going completely over your head. It takes an intellect such as mine to glean the raw potential.
You're talking about the Gigaverse, right? All that was, all that will be, all that could be. Doesn't matter that the idea was introduced through a goofy superhero comic book. It's a valid concept. Ooh. Double defiance.
Yep. I like the I like that it specifically mentions that the reason that we're getting this dialogue is because of the research that we've done.
Yeah.
It's a good way to
research leverage. Yes.
It's a good way to reinforce that the things that you've done before have potential consequences, good or bad. It's good game design.
Yes.
Yay.
You know about the Gigaverse? This lost and wandering rando is aware of the greatest boundary in quantum physics?
Whoa, take it easy there.
Mhm.
People weren't getting called randos for another 15 years.
He's looked into the Gigaverse and seen all of the slang.
Hey, I know stuff. Nyara showed it to me, somewhat literally. My yellow sign is giving me some perception beyond the norm.
Curious. You're a far more interesting and capable dreamer than I'd realized. Step 1 is the stars above. Step 2 is the stars beyond. And if our universe proves lacking in elbow room, if our exoplanets are insufficient, perhaps we could move beyond as well. Corporations like Continuum gave up on that dream. Realware continues to tinker, but are failing as they lack the 23rd element.
I thought they just made a piracy game I enjoy.
But I could succeed. I could use space travel as a stepping stone into a far grander horizon. Is that design not preferable to the petty grievances and ambitions of the other old ones, dreamer?
There we are.
Hey, just so you know, I'm gonna go lurk now.
Hi, Ari. Thank you for lurking. Hope you have a good day at work.
Oh, little corruption is a treat.
I mean, we've got a fair amount of corruption as a treat so far, but in the end, I am not the one with control of the mouse.
Right now we're in the hole. I think we need to leverage this to come out of it.
Fair enough.
It makes perfect sense to me. Fill this universe, the next, and the next. If humanity can achieve sustainability, then it could become truly an infinite species. Forever, and only the dominant life of every reality. I can see it so clearly in my head.
Or we become a rapacious swarm of space locusts that devours everything.
Mm-hmm.
No better.
I don't
than...
like saying this, but this is just giving lip service in my mind.
Mm-hmm. No better than the Zool or the Tyranids.
At least the Tyranids come up with some good music every now and then.
You can, can't you? Very curious. Your mind is expanding beyond baseline human physiology. Hi, Renata. How you doing, hon? It's good to see you.
Hey, Renata.
You have vast potential, dreamer. Perhaps you can yet rise to the needs of the future, rather than be crushed beneath Cthulhu's might. This has been an interesting conversation. I did not expect it to be interesting.
Glad I could exceed your expectations then.
More than exceed. I believe we have a firmer understanding of each other after tonight's exercise. I look forward to another attempt at parsing your logic, dreamer. Our allocated time has expired. Let us end it here.
That night, I had a weird dream.
Oh boy.
I was exchanging numbers for calories, hour after hour. Today's special is tuna. No hands to cut and fold, no way to assemble anything. The smell of the kitchen left me long ago. Today's special is tuna. At night, instead of rest, I would awaken in another identical restaurant on the other side of the world. Today's special is tuna. I wanted to scream, to run, to hide. I could do none of those things. I could only move numbers. Today's special is tuna. No sleep, No rest, no wakefulness, only numbers. Today is special. And then I woke up as someone else.
Yeah, that's powerful stuff. All right,
I can go for some tuna.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, mods unmelt there too. I'm gonna take another quick break here to get more tea.
Okay.
I feel like this is a good point to do so. So I'll be right back, everybody.
In the case of nuclear or radiological fallout, people living around potential targets such as military bases and chemical plants may be advised to evacuate. Protection from radioactive fallout will require taking shelter in an underground area or in the middle of a large building. Fallout shelters can be any protected space where the walls and roof are thick and dense enough to absorb radiation. The more distance and time you put between you and the fallout particles, the better. After radiological or nuclear fallout, you shouldn't leave your shelter until officials say so. The length of your stay can range from a day or 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the extent of the contamination. People who are allowed to come out of hiding may be evacuated.
a shame that that won't be in the VOD.
Bum, bum.
Not on your end.
Exactly. But I do intend to upload this to YouTube once we're done here.
Excellent.
Woohoo, hustle content.
Indeed. If you ever want to check it out in any of the episodes you may have missed, it's right there. Alright, so next day. Yeah.
I want the exclusive Forneia behind the scenes footage. I mean, generally, I'm actually sticking around during Lola's breaks, so if folks want to actually know what's going on, they need to watch my stream.
I appreciate anybody who has the ability to have a tab of both of us open. Whoa, jeez. This is fine. I'm just here to clean your windows.
Hell. Okay, so that's just a lot of bruises and hopefully not anything fractured as I crashed into some furniture on the way down. At least my vision's cleared. Normal, ordinary, boring living room without a horrifying window specter. Just ignore the very, very real feeling of what I saw. Ignore that and the pain. Push on through. Ooh, looks like Cooper Technologies is partnering with Nomitech. Interesting.
Koopa Technologies, we remember them from Arcade Spirits.
Wow.
You have no new messages.
I wonder who did the voice for that. It sounded really cool though.
Stunning voice, I have to say. It just fills me with sensations every time I hear it.
This joke is running in the 90s.
Oh dear.
Keep it up and you're gonna need to be running.
I'm on land. You can't get me here. Silly water
You think
type.
that's really going to stop me.
I propose that your new streamership name is Surf and Turf.
Ow. Should I fetch the barrel?
Oh, jeez, please. That may have needed to be the initial joke of the stream to really land. No, there's no turfs here. Ooh!
Oh.
Yeah, good point. Good point.
Ooh! Called out.
Oh dear.
One time I got followed by a troll account that was like turf rights or something, and then I banned them. They came back as another person called CEO of Turfs, being like, "What did I do?" You know.
Trans rights.
Like, you know what you did. Hydrate and untrim? I will. Some good shoulder pops right there. Got some lemon ginger tea here. Hello, friend. Order, 30% chaos, 60%. Alpha tap still deciding to trust you. Doxon doesn't really care. Still. Astra's convinced. Okay. A little hacky hack.
This pizza is overcooked. The bottom of it is like really crunchy, so I have to like mute my mic to eat it. I hate that.
No.
Dang.
Now hacking, Golden Destiny, Revelations. Remove 2 letters from 5 to
Oh, we got this one
Mhm.
already.
Type your answer followed by enter. Access button.
No,
sure.
no. That doesn't count.
Two-
That doesn't count. That doesn't
Mhm.
count.
Email hacking. What do you throw out when you want to use it, but pick up when you don't? Type your answer followed by enter, or type repeat to repeat.
Okay, what do you throw out when you want to use it, but pick up when you don't? A boomerang?
Frisbee? I mean, you have to pick up a frisbee to use it again.
I was gonna say trash, but then you don't really use trash.
Hmm.
I wonder if one of my other favorite riddles has made it in here.
Miko seems to have an idea.
Okay. Throw out when you want to use it, pick up when you don't.
My first thought was an insult.
I feel like it's something conceptual, like ideas or something.
Right. That's kind of like my line of thought here.
Unless. What if it's something. What if it is something practical?
I think the real key here is what do you pick up when you don't want to use something?
Well, okay. What do you pick up when you're done using it? Something that weighs you down, maybe? Or something that, like breaks or something? Something that would arrest movement. I'm thinking that I keep trying to think. I keep thinking ballast, but no, that's a balloon. An anchor.
Oh.
Access granted.
There you go.
Nice.
Good grief! I'm playing Sea of Thieves. How did I not get that one?
Self-voicing disabled.
It's because you spend
It
too much
seems like
time
it's eternally
firing
my
yourself
curse
off of
to-
the harpoon gun into other ships.
It feels like it's eternally my curse to be like, I know, like every riddle or funky question or something like that. Esoteric trivialities, and then when something that's related to something that I hold close to me gets brought up, I'm just like, duh.
It reminded me of the one that's the man who buys it doesn't want it. The man who invented it doesn't need it. The man who needs it doesn't know it.
Casket.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's anything to research. Oh, nope, there is.
A mind forever voyaging. It used to be Angry History, but I renamed my homepage whatever. A mind forever voyaging is mind-blowing. Yes, it's a pure text adventure from the 80s. No CD audio sound, no 3DFX accelerated 16-bit color. Just 40 or 80 columns of hard black and white text. That's not true, it's an FMV game in, like, our reality. So I guess in this one, it's,
No,
more...
it's a text adventure in ours too.
Is it?
Yeah, it's from '85.
I think you may be conflating it with something else.
Maybe. But yeah, but I did like that it is critical of Ronald Reagan's politics. And apparently the player controls Prism, the world's first sentient computer. Love that.
Wonder if it's relevant.
I know some writers who use subtext, and they're all cowards. Let's see. Just 40 or 80 columns of hard black and white text. But in that text, Steve Moretsky carved a masterpiece. Infocom's text adventures were god tier back in their day. You had to use your imagination to explore those story-driven worlds. You had to think. None of this growly space marine shooting at hell aliens or whatever, no. You had to actually open your mind and think. Oh, trust me, you're in the 90s right now, but in the 2000s, the growly space marine shooting at hell aliens, it's gonna get so much worse. Okay, so the premise is this. You, as in you the player, are a sophisticated computer-simulated lifeform named Harry Sims, aka Prism. And this hit the market 3 years before the first artificial mind, so points for prognostication, baby. Your task is to simulate the effects of a new social policy going into place. Will it help society? Will it hurt people? After the first test, things look good. Higher standard of living, people are happy, all that jazz. But then the scientists say, hang on, that's just a short-term gain. What happens in the long term? And they realize all these policies will lead to utter disaster, as greedy short-sightedness leads to collapse. And then the government tries to shut it down, and there's some action as you try to race to lock them out of the facility, yada yada, not important. What so many gamers didn't understand is that this whole thing was a massive steaming dump on the Reagan, Bush, Thatcher, and so on. The idea that conservative lockdown and corporate excess will ultimately wreck everything, and any so-called benefits are illusory, and anyone trying to harken back to the good old days is selling you a lie. This was a game from 1985, and it still had more brains to it than half the yahoos in Washington today. So when you're sick of shooting aliens, go soak in a little forward-thinking economic and social philosophy. It'll do you a world of good. I wonder if any of that is relevant right now.
Everything hurts. I think the adrenaline wore off from the crashing earlier this morning. Now I just feel sore all over. Definitely need a nap if I'm going to have an outside chance of being coherent during tonight's dial-up session. And after that, I don't know.
Oof. You're really starting to feel the effects of the corruption.
Are we?
That should scrub out what we did with Yogg there a little bit.
Yep.
That's good. Self-care is important, folks.
Yeah, we haven't actually done like an actual corruption answer for some time now.
Mm-hmm.
So,
like, honestly, if this soundtrack wasn't all like Creative Commons, I mean, I would pay just for the convenience of having it all in a download in one place.
I mean, there is a download of it. The itch.io page has a soundtrack download of everything that, like the original MIDI and the generated OBL3 versions.
Ah, excellent.
Yeah, some of them are Creative Commons, and they had like a share-alike license, so I made sure that any derived versions of it were also shared.
you will deliver this link to me and the credits thereof immediately.
Okay.
Thank you.
Click to
Temperatures will remain unseasonably warm this week.
Okay. Click download now to get access to the following files. Oh, the soundtrack is there. Okay, cool.
Yeah, basically downloading the itch.io version grants it to you. I need to get it up on Steam too. It's just there's like some Steam is really exacting things about what they want on the back end, and I haven't really looked into it hard enough.
That's the link. At least the most direct one I could find.
Thank you, thank you.
You're welcome.
Ah, not that window.
Zelda's
Alright.
posing for the camera.
Wish I could give another treat.
Yeah. Don't getting too chubby though.
You can't see me, but I'm just like clicking the faded out redeem button rapidly as I try in vain. Must feed cat.
Alright, have a good night, Ragnar. I appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your week.
Take it easy. Alright. So I've already forgotten what it was that we looked up. Right, it was the video game.
Yes. The one that makes fun of Reagan.
And more specifically talks about, you know, the complications of capitalism and short-sighted, short-term gain, excuse me, which I feel like might be Hoster's territory.
Yeah, Hoster certainly sees capitalism as a means to an end and recognizes its shortcomings. Good to see you again, Sparky. Good to see you. I know you'd be back.
And I knew you'd be back to that particular voice.
Yeah, see? Wish it had been under better circumstances, of course. Hardly a social call, a neighborly chat.
I take a daggone phone ahead and let you know what's up.
That he did. Can't say we're on regular speaking terms, but I had a feeling he'd get tangled up in this. Yeah, see? You're an ambitious one, I'll give you that. Foolhardy, but ambitious. As for me helping you, well, I can see the advantages. I'm trusting in the walls of Carcosa to keep us all safe from the strange Eon. But I'd be a fool to believe Carcosa is unshakable. Still, you're asking a lot of this old man. I'd be asking a lot of you in turn. It's a tall order either way, Sparky.
Oh wow, did that actually do that? I didn't realize that would do that.
Yeah, if you time someone out, then it takes away their sword.
Okay, hang on.
Ash knows this full well.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty.
There we go. I didn't know that happened. I've never done that before. I don't regret it, mind.
Neither do I.
I mean, Ash has gotten, timed out for insolence many times. It was time for Ash to get timed out for insolence.
Lola, Forneia shaking hands over having a little shit in their chat named Ash.
Just waving a gun between the two Ashes. Which is the real one? Just shooting us both. See, I know how that's actually an effective test. Because one's dying words will be about frogs and the other will be revealed to be a skeleton.
Yes. Okay, so yeah, the soundtrack has MIDI and MP3 files.
Excellent.
Be right back while I am extracting all of these to a place where I can use them.
If you're going to be right back, then I'm going to read your line.
It's thrust is a two-way street. I need to know I can rely on you, and you need to know you can rely on me.
You fool. All people become skeletons given enough time. You've proven nothing. There's an immediacy to it, Ash, and you know it.
So, let's talk. Let's build up those bonds of trust. I'm nothing if not a reasonable fellow. If there's anything on your mind, feel free to ask. We've got time enough to figure out if a partnership makes sense. Anything you'd like to chat about, Sparky? You know, Yogg-Sothoth responded well to asking more about his purpose.
I think this is the burning question here.
Yeah.
Because this is why Yogg wouldn't get along, does not, or at least on the face of it, won't get along with Haster. So I feel like we should investigate this.
Right.
Because Yogg's, intentions are,
Yogg wishes to expand
universal
outwards
in multiple ways.
Haster wants to create a little piece of Eden.
Or to put it another way, Yogg is playing horizontal, Haster's playing vertical. Carcosa's a weird model, isn't it? A closed service only accessible through your client software and your subscription fee. And I get it. CompuServe, Prodigy, QLink, they all work the same way. But they started in the 80s before the internet was really a thing. It made sense back then. In 1999, I'm not sure it makes sense. It's got to be costly to build up so much Carcosa exclusive content and forge all those media partnerships. So why do it? Why not just sell a direct pipeline to the information superhighway like all the other ISPs do?
Gonna have to correct you there, Sparky. Carcosa Online's not an internet service provider. An ISP is little more than a neutral conduit. Or at least it should be. Carcosa's something more than that. We're building a unique experience. User-friendly, family-friendly, carefully curated. Everything you need on the one roof. Sure, we offer internet access. Can't exactly get by in 1999 without doing that. But first and foremost, we direct folks to our own offerings. I'm proud of what we've built. Content by the best and the brightest, catered to our audience's needs. If we do our job right, they won't need Yoggle or any other website. Carcosa will provide.
The animation on this one is so subtle, I had to actually pay attention to see it.
Yep. It's like Rapture, but without the libertarianism.
So this is a strategy to push back against Yogg-Sothoth's search engine empire, huh?
Now, I didn't mean to imply ill will. Yosuke has his approach and I have mine. We disagree on what's best, but it's a gentleman's disagreement. I'm certain once Carcosa eclipses the internet's haphazard area of flawed offerings, Yosuke will come back to work for me. There's no need to fight a rival when you can befriend them, Sparky. It's just good business, right? I mean, I'm generally of the opinion that a rising tide lifts all boats, but...
Yeah, that's definitely something that I've quoted at people, but boy howdy, does this make it unattractive to say. The fact we're getting our corruption option this early leads me to just kind of be like,
How much humanity will we have left by the end of the stream?
No, not that. More that we need to play our cards correctly sooner than later. Because we're not going to have a bailout at the back end like we did with Yogg a bit ago.
Yep.
Let me see here.
Well, we can rewind time to check the other things. Do we have gigaversal powers? Do we have our own gigaversal passenger? Just like popular game Penny Larceny, available for $12.99 on Steam and itch.
This is the Nomitech 23. I'm gonna laugh if that's actually what this is.
Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back. One feels like a defiance option. Two feels like it could lead to something. I don't want to discourage the idea of working with others. Because the problem with, but at the same time, the issue with this guy is he's open to it, but only from unequal terms, it feels.
Yeah. And I don't think Nyara would enjoy that.
Well, my point more being, like, I don't know if I want to go with one. I'm kind of leaning towards two.
Fair enough.
Because, like, you're saying there's no need to fight a rival when you can befriend them. It's like, okay. Now that I think about it, this does feel more like a defiance option. It's like, okay, do you be willing to work with Nyara then? Okay, how far does that attitude go? You'd work with Yosuke again. But what about Nyara?
I was under the impression Nyala thought that hates my guts, Sparky. If I have physical guts to hate, she'd hate him as much as a person can hate. Like 387.44 million miles of hate.
But in theory, you'd extend the hand of friendship to them if you could.
In theory. Don't see how it'd work, given she loathes everything I stand for. But in theory, yes. Don't like fostering such hateful rivals, Sparky. Bitter competition is bad for business. It's better to achieve cooperation and harmony.
Like an oligopoly? Didn't really work out well for the early industrial age.
Would it be so bad now? True, the Gilded Age's robber barons were a menace. Capitalistic thugs, all of them. The concept is sound. Is it, though? Let's call it a socialist take on corporate hegemony, if that makes any sense. An open arms policy is key. I'm listening.
Ow, my brain.
Like I am very interested on how you can have a socialist take on corporate hegemony. Hegemony?
Hegemony.
Hegemony.
So, this open arms idea doesn't extend to the internet as a whole. You're aiming to replace it, not cooperate with it.
And cooperate with pure chaos, Sparky. The internet doesn't have a face, or arms to hold you. It's an impossible mess. You can pluck a few lost souls from that miasma, certainly. Elevate the worthy to a place in Caucasus. Thank you, Cyrokin. But embrace an open internet where any monster can have a homepage? No.
So you're saying that I'm not allowed to have a homepage?
Yeah, he's gonna be the corporate devil on our shoulder, a hegemony cricket, if you will.
Wow.
I regret nothing. You want to
You're gonna
find
get so much stuff hurled at you.
And yet, I don't regret it. You want a fine example of the evil men do? I've got 2 words for you. Troll Bridge. That community exists only to facilitate anonymous harassment of innocent people. They think it's funny to be cool. It's gonna go on for a while. So many frogs in there. Okay.
Oh, I was gonna do it as well, but it's got a 30-minute cooldown.
Yes, because I don't want people throwing hundreds of objects at me in a way that disrupts the stream. That's what
I can still do this.
Uh-huh. You done?
No. Just waiting for you to read the line.
Mm-hmm. That's what an unfiltered, unmoderated internet will get you, Sparky. The lowest common denominator, constantly pushing the bar downwards until Satan could limbo under it in hell. Oh, man. That's very relatable. In our current day and age. Now imagine the internet replaced by Carcosa. Bridge could never arise within these walls. It wouldn't tolerate the intolerable. I hate how much I am agreeing with him.
I was actually really surprised that of all the characters, you seem to find the most agreements with this dude.
Like, sure, he's a rich scumbag, but at the same time, he truly believes in making a meritocracy and a society in which hate cannot thrive. And sure, and like that certainly has its appeal.
Hey there, Tara. Welcome back. Game goes good.
Mm-hmm. Being online is a privilege, not a right. If I had my way, anyone who abuses their fellow man loses that privilege. Let them be cut off from the information age forever. Heartbreaking, the worst person you know just made a great point. Surely you must agree, yes? The internet must be tamed, or it will poison generations to come. Yeah, who decides what's the most meritorious? It is an unfortunate...
Oh look, who decides what constitutes taming and how it's done?
It's true. It's true. I was reading chat here,
folks over in the chat just, doing your job for you. How meritorious of them.
It's true. Unfortunately, one person's merit is another person's flaw, and we all have very different ideas on what we consider our most closely held axiomatic value.
So you're gonna call him out on it?
I don't mind calling him out on it.
If calling him out on it is number one, I'm totally up with that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm not here to forgive the internet or the ones who abuse the power it grants them. But taming the internet is a dangerously vague phrase. Smacks of censorship at best, fascism at worst.
Oh, absolutely. There's certainly risk involved. I'm not denying the intense responsibility needed to make it work for him. Conservative thinking, the kind Cthulhu freely enables, that would result in a lockdown far less tasteful than anything I'd propose. I'm not the sort of man who lets perfect be the enemy of good.
Stop being reasonable, make me hate you.
See? This is what I mean. I'm surprised at how much I am agreeing with him.
Honestly, I knew writing this character is I know my audience, they're going to see capitalist old white guy and they're going to just loathe him from the jump. They are never going to give him a chance. They're not going to want to hear what he has to say. I need to make him as reasonable as I possibly can despite his flaws in order for him to have any chance whatsoever.
Right. At the end of the day, he is which is better, the walled garden, the crystal palace where you may not be able to stick your tongue out even where no one can see it, or gestures vaguely at the wasteland outside.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, when I was growing up under the AOL regime, as it were, in the 90s, it's like the whole walled garden versus open internet thing was a huge debate, and I wanted to breathe that in here. Like, there are merits to the walled garden, but there are also extreme drawbacks.
Yeah.
Ash over here saying should have made him a furry capitalist, then he would have had a better chance.
Yep. But, furries don't make for good, capitalists by the look of them, aesthetically. Can we perfectly balance freedom and safety? No, not likely. Is it worth the effort to try? Absolutely. With the brilliant minds I'm gathering in Carcosa, I feel we're up to the task. If we work together, Sparky, any dream can be realized. I take pride in the quality of my royal court. When complete, Carcosa's harmony will be a weapon against the strange eon.
So, the royal court, what's it like? They're all artificial minds, right? How'd you convince the best and brightest to die to the yellow sign?
It's not quite as morbid as that. You're not seeing the upside, Sparky. Slice a few levels off Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you'd be surprised what becomes possible.
That's a philosophy reference that eludes me.
Maslow's hierarchy of needs is a pyramid that goes over what our most basic needs are, and it starts off as things like food, shelter, and goes up to things like actualization and, validation, that sort of thing. A lot of people have retooled it as a meme to fill the entire pyramid with things like, a goth girlfriend, stepping on me, or, giving me
cuddles. Is that what that's all about?
Yeah.
I thought they were modifying a food pyramid.
I mean, similar overview, but no, that's literally Maslow's hierarchy of needs.
What constitutes teaming? You seen this place called Fur Affinity? I got some ideas.
Does Fur Affinity make it into the walled garden?
Oh, jeez Louise.
Does Rule 34? Probably not.
The problem I have with that joke is that I know that secondhand from someone who was there, yeah, they kind of let in a whole lot of everyone due to what's the word I'm looking for here? Due to an overcompensation for how much exclusion they were facing. And so they ended up accepting Nazis.
Yeah. Furry community did have that problem for a while. Pretty sure there's still a fair few of them around. They tried to do the same thing with the brony community and were less successful. Imagine working tirelessly, day and night on your passions, crafting art, designing technology, writing policy. Safe, secure, provided for in every way. An environment which truly allows exceptional individuals to thrive. I feel like 3 is yet again a challenge to him.
See, like, my immediate thought to this was, okay, so you have these things for all these exceptional individuals about writing policy and, like, this other kind of thing. Okay, sure. If we're looking at, a privileged few, who really benefits from that, really?
Just the privileged few, and then those that cannot be accommodated, well,
get nothing.
Chaos is out there.
Like, that's what I would like to respond as a question here.
Rapture is only has room for so many people. That's why I think option 3.
Yeah. The world doesn't know artificial minds are derived from human sentience. where does that leave you in your court? You're operating as Hector Jones, living human being and CEO of Carcosa. But if anyone knew you were reclusive for a reason.
It's a valid concern, Sparky. Carcosa operates in the shadows because our legal status as citizens with civil rights is suspect. Fortunately, we have a lot of lawyers in here. Plans are being drafted. We are preparing. Should the strange Aeon crack and fall to ruin, Carcosa will emerge as a fine replacement, and we'll be secure in our future. Yeah, like I admit that it's the walled garden does not have room for everyone, and much as it may be tempting for those who get to live in it, it is finite in space. Boy, Lilith is playing the dial-up music.
Our national anthem.
The song of our people. All my royal subjects are individuals. They're partners, not servants. I intend to establish them as persons in their own right. Just a matter of time, Sparky. Just a matter of time. I hope I'm delivering a fine sales pitch, Sparky. I'm holding out hope you'll elevate your mind in this way too.
So Dagon says I need to be an in-between. A physical human with metaphysical connections or something.
Perhaps afterwards then. Never say never, Sparky. Never say never. I think we're achieving that harmony I spoke of. A fine thing. A fine thing indeed. That's enough for one evening, I feel. No need to exhaust you. Long road ahead, yes? We'll talk again soon. Okay.
Bowling? Bowling!
Bowling!
Team building exercises. What a pain. The whole crew from Miskatonic heading out on a blisteringly cold Saturday morning to go bowling. It's not really about who wins and loses. If the winner gets a free DVD mount on some popcorn, no shiny trophy. It's more about friendship and trying to enjoy your life outside of working hours. It's about connection.
And you didn't go.
Oh.
Everyone else rolled 10 frames, laughed, talked, had a good time. Except you. No. You stayed home, curled up in your bed, not even bothering to eat lunch, brush your teeth, or take a shower. I'm curious. Why didn't you join them?
I've had days like that before. Hey man, Werther's Originals are classic candies that they still hold up to this day.
They're good.
Mm-hmm.
For an old man candy, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Henry said you didn't have to bowl. You could have just shown up, said hello, flashed your winning smile around. But you couldn't even make the effort to do that. Far too comfortable staying in bed, then? I understand your suffering, but that's no excuse. Others suffer far more, yet they brace themselves against the headwinds.
Shut up, Reagan.
I was about to say, like, excuse the fuck me.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
You know, yeah, that must be severe if you're breaking out the fuck word. But I mean, like, yeah, let's remember who Cthulhu is in this universe. a being of pure evil.
This nation was built on the back of suffering. Without pain, without sacrifice, we would have collapsed long ago.
That's rich considering you're one who has sacrificed nothing of your own.
I wish I could hear that slime redeem. I really wish I could.
You know who, yeah. You know who he did sacrifice, though? Tens of thousands of the queer community by doing nothing about the AIDS crisis. Absolute monster. I look forward to you dethroning this
Disability
monster.
is no excuse for not participating in the great
Apathy is
story
death.
of America.
Eat
I'm
my
not
entire
upset.
ass.
I'm not criticizing. What I am is hopeful that you'll realize you still have a part to play, no matter your situation.
So, Two Flower, I have a question for you.
Yes.
So, who did you hire to voice a completely smug, self-indulgent, self-righteous prick like this? Because they're doing a fantastic job of pissing me off.
So this is Jacob Burgess, who did the voice directing on both the Arcade Spirits games and voiced Matt from Ben and Matt. Yeah, we dialed in and we were trying to find exactly the right tone, trying to find this, like, sympathetic while saying completely terrible things. You know, friendly and just trying to reach an understanding and to support you and love you, while
Two
he's also
basically
an
gaslit
ableist.
hostile.
Yeah, well, he's also an ableist shitlord who believes that the more horrors America goes through, the stronger it is.
The kind of person who asks to debate you and then throws a bunch of slurs at you in a perfectly civil voice, and then when you tell him to fuck off, he is yes, like, I have been nothing but unfailingly polite.
I know
whilst
you
I'm
can move
calling
forward.
for your
I
extermination.
have faith.
I actually had a different question. Would you be able to? Is there a way that you can attend this bowling party if you are sufficiently human?
No, this and the birthday party, I kind of wanted to do a situation where, like, your character does something negative that you don't have a say in, but then you get to decide what the motivation behind that action is. Because I feel too many visual novels, what they do is they'll, like, throw three to five choices at you, and only one of them is like, I get out of this completely consequence-free and everybody is happy. And that's the only option anybody ever takes. So I don't like providing any sort of escape hatch in any of these situations. I like to, like, challenge the player to say, okay, there isn't really a good option here. I just need to try to figure out how I parse my way through the situation in a way that makes sense for me.
I like that. It reminds me of Knights of the Old Republic too, the Sith Lords. You couldn't control whether or not you were a veteran of the Mandalorian Wars and how many people you killed as a result of it, but you could attempt to justify your actions and explain your reasoning behind it. And I like that.
Yeah, to me, the question of what you do is less interesting than the question of why you do it. And I'm trying to work that more and more into my games.
Right. Man, I remember when a certain game gave you an escape hatch that anyone could unlock as long as they had the key. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, for Cthulhu, my main thing for him was that he's always 100% honest with you. He's never lying. He genuinely believes every single thing he says, and that's what makes him terrifying. That this kind of mind could genuinely believe that this is the best path forward, that this is going to work, and that he thinks he cares for you. And in his way, he does care for you. It's just that his method of caring is horrific.
And yeah, there's a reason I'm a monster.
Yeah.
And it's because of shit like this.
So yeah, Jacob actually, like, we had to break it into 2 sessions because it was pretty rough emotionally to try to put yourself in the headspace of a kind of person who genuinely believes this shit.
Fair enough. Kind of person who believes this kind of stuff. Truly an alien mind to myself.
Yeah, almost like a cosmic horror.
Mm-hmm. Or a Republican.
There's nothing cosmic about this to me. This is just my life.
Oof, yeah.
Well, good horror has its roots in reality as well as in the fantastical. Well, this is your
I'm
line.
holding back from just going off on a tear right now, so I think this is probably a good point to just call it.
Okay.
That's fair. You're basically done with the day, so it'll give you the save opportunity, and then you're finished.
I already did the save. I'm gonna save again, so I don't have to hear that shit again.
Yeah.
That's
But he
entirely
believes I
fair.
can endure. Cthulhu wants me to survive and thrive, even if he's being a self-righteous ass face about it. I disagree with him about sacrificing my body, though. Clearly, I was in too much pain to go safely bowling. But this is definitely my low point, that's the truth. And I don't have to stay in that valley. I'll rest today, get some food, wash up, and then rest. Focus on self-care. But beyond today, I'm going to step up and I'm able to do so. Because I'm not dead yet. And I want to affirm that fact.
Here, here.
What is this? Okay.
There we go.
And yeah, that's probably a decent point to leave off before our voices give out completely. I know normally we've
my
gone
voice
on...
is my vocal is fine. I'm infuriated right now. I am trying to so very hard not to trauma dump right damn now. That actively pissed me off.
Understandable.
It's a well-written villain. That is for sure. But hey then.
Yeah, I need to detox immediately from that.
Understandable. With that in mind, is there anybody that we can raid that you think would be a good detox?
Yeah, I'm looking over the options.
If you don't have anybody, there's somebody who's playing Arcade Spirits New Challengers right now.
Oh.
I'm listening.
I don't know who it is. I just looked at Twitch and I saw, oh, there's like 11 people watching right now.
Oh, I see.
Okay. Let's see.
Like MZHENGR. I don't know. I've never seen them before, but.
Okay.
Up to you. Up to you.
Okay. Let's see. It looks like self-described queer and POC friendly stream. No homophobia, racism, sexism, transphobia. Okay. You know, I think, yeah, why not?
Sure, why not?
Let's get some more eyes on different streamers who are doing this here game, and yeah, we'll do ourselves a little double raid.
What's the like? I don't actually have the name.
Just
in
grabbing
text
it for you
me.
now.
Thank you.
All right. Well, there we go. I popped that in the shared chat. Feel free to grab that, and I will see you over there. You know, if you want to talk about it afterwards, I'm up. My DMs are open, of course. Otherwise, you know, I trust you to take care of yourself in whatever way is best for you, and I will be around if you need me.
I'm mostly just going to not think about this at all.
Entirely fair.
Entirely fair. Chance, you owe me a soda.
In the grand scheme of things, whilst everyone is throwing things at me, keep that fervor strong. Remember it for when we unseat this son of a bitch.
Of course.
And I'll be seeing you folks next time. Later.
Looking forward to
Take it easy. Alrighty.
Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't, hit the subscribe button, and remember that the world is only as dark as we allow it to be.